Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Tina Marie, and if you are new here, welcome. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And today we are going to be talking about a new launch from Paris Corner. This is said to be a dupe for the KAYALI's Vanilla Rock Sugar, which is going to be the Khair Confections. So I do like the packaging because I feel like Khair got inspired by KAYALI's packaging, how this bottle shifts into purple, blue, and pink, and you could see the inspiration here on the box. Now, I bought this in Amazon. You can buy this in Aroma Concepts as well. And if you want to make sure if this is an original, just check the back of the box. It does have this verification sticker saying that this is a true, legit Paris Corner fragrance. And moving on to the packaging, I adore the packaging. It is heavy, it is glass, and it does feel very luxe, and the bottle has the same concept and everything. And now I'm going to get into the whole fragrance on the notes and everything. And I do like the atomizer. I did test it out like for a week, so it just smells very, very nicely in the beginning. It does have the same vibe as KAYALI, having that very pear, whipped creamy vanilla note in the beginning. It kind of gives you that impression of the bubblegummy vibe that KAYALI has on the notes. But then the dry down is pretty quickly, like from gourmand to something very artificial and dry, which I don't like at all. That's the only downside with this fragrance. It just turns into this floral, woodsy, and very like artificial scent, which I can't pinpoint what it is. It does remind me kind of like that cellophane, plasticky or lipsticky vibe on the dry down. And I feel like that's what makes it different from KAYALI's. Now, moving on to the next testing of this on my skin. I'm going to spray it on my hand. And here it's the same concept. I could smell the pear, the whipped cream, the vanilla, and then smell like that cashmere coming in, and that very like citrusy, sparkling vibe to this. But then the dry down becomes very artificial again, and it doesn't last very long. Like, it lasts seconds. Now, I must say that the projection and sillage of this, when I wore it for a whole week to test it out, I did perceive that it only lasted 3 to 4 hours, which I was pretty shocked because a lot of people were saying that this was a dupe for KAYALI's, like an exact dupe. And I feel like they're quite different in the sense of dry down and projection and sillage. Like, I do feel like this is a lighter version of KAYALI. This one, I would say it's kind of like the diet version of that, just because I feel like it's not very gourmand when it dries down, only in the beginning. Now, this one retails for $40. It's not very expensive, but you do have to pay for shipment, so that's like $7 extra. Now, with the notes right here, I'm going to pull off the notes on the Aroma Concepts. And here it says top notes have pear, whipped cream. Mid notes have jasmine, ylang ylang, cashmere. And then the base notes are going to be sandalwood, marshmallow, vanilla. And that's pretty much it. It's very simple, yet I don't perceive the jasmine in this or the marshmallow note. It might be that the pear and whipped cream kind of mesh in beautifully with the marshmallow and the vanilla. And I do smell like a mixture of the top notes with the base notes in the beginning, but then the dry down is fairly quick. Like I said, like within the 3-second mark, you could start to smell like the floral, jasmine, cashmere and sandalwood. That gives it that very dry, woodsy note in the end. But then it has that very artificial scent, and I think it might be a mixture between the cashmere and the jasmine. And yeah, so that was kind of disappointing for me because I did thought it was going to be an exact dupe of KAYALI's. Now, the different notes between KAYALI and the Khair Confection fragrance, the difference is that Confection fragrance only has pear and the vanilla note that is in KAYALI's fragrance. Those are the only two notes that they share, surprisingly. And now I'm going to be spraying this on a tester strip so that we can talk about the KAYALI fragrance now. So I'm going to use a new tester strip, and I'm going to spray a little bit right here. And yeah, the beginning of the fragrance is similar to the Confection one, but this one's more heavy on the sugar, heavy on the whipped cream, the marshmallow, or that rock candy, or kind of like cotton candy scent. And I get that bubblegum vibe in there in this too, like the pear. It's just very beautiful, very gourmand. And then I don't smell like that crazy dry down where it becomes artificial. I do get the woodsy notes in here, but it's kind of like well blended with all the gourmand notes, which makes this so unique and beautiful and elegant. And it also like makes this very like an adult gourmand fragrance. So it's very, very beautiful. And I'm going to talk about the notes, which we have here on the back of the bottle. And it says it has candied pear, sweet violet, bubblegum rum, white caramel, rock sugar, and vanilla. Now in this one, I do smell that candied pear. I do smell that violet ever so slightly on the dry down. But in the beginning, I smell the pear, the bubblegum, the caramel, the vanilla, and the rock sugar all meshed together. And then towards the end in the dry down, you could smell all that sweetness with the sweet violet note, which gives it that very floral, deep scent afterwards, which is really, really nice. So no wonder this one stays gourmand, because it has a lot of those gourmand notes, and it doesn't have any sandalwood or like any cashmere in here, which makes it more of a woodsy and deeper fragrance. And it's surprising, because you would think that the wood notes and the Khair Confection would be more dominant and be more heavier and very nighttime fragrance, but it's not. It's actually a lighter version of KAYALI, which is very surprising. And I say like let's see the notes in Confection again, because I want to put them side to side here when I'm talking about it. So I guess the jasmine and the ylang ylang is supposed to give it that floral scent with the Confections, and kind of like be reminiscent of the sweet violet in here, yet it doesn't smell like anything like that. And I think what kind of like not ruined it, but kind of like just made it go a different route when it comes to becoming a dupe is the sandalwood and the cashmere. I think that kind of like messed up the fragrance for me. There's no other way to put it. I guess it just completely changed the vibe of being a dupe for KAYALI, and I just didn't like that. I felt like they could have done a better job when it comes to that, in that sense. Make it more gourmand and more syrupy. I think that would have been great. But no, it doesn't translate the same towards the end. So now the pricing, this is $40. This is $100. This one, let me see how many ounces it is. This is a 3.4 ounce, and this is a 3.4 ounce as well. So 40 to 100. Well, yeah, it's a different price tag. It's a wide range of difference, but yet I feel like KAYALI is still the winner, just because it just offers a lot more projection, a longer sillage. So yeah, thank you so much for being here, watching this review. I hope you guys liked it, and stay posted for more.